just tell us about this visit from this institute here, and what were some of the issues that were discussed and some common areas of cooperation that the PIDF is looking for?
Well, the team that visited us came from the Global Green Globe Institute, which is a relatively new international organization that is based in Seoul in Korea. I think they are just over 2 years, and their emphasis is on helping country transform into green economies, which is quite similar to the strategic focus of the PIDF. Because PIDF strategic mission is also to assist countries transform into green economies. And green economies is recognizing the economic growth, but at the same time acknowledging the need for environmental sustainability and the need for economic growth that take care of the needs of societies. So it's an interesting meeting for us because we do share the same focus. Although they are at the global level, we do focus at the regional level. And because this is the first time that we've met formally, we've shared with them the scope of our work program. They've also shared with us how they operate and interact with the member countries. The only difference between them and us is that they are a government membership organizations, whereas for the PIDF we are multi-stakeholder organizations which embraces the participations of not only government officials but also representatives from the civil society and private sectors.
So how will foreign work with the institution? Has there been any talks on that? How will
well, as I mentioned, because this is the first time that we've shared our respective program, what they have undertaken to do is to take that information with them back to Seoul, and we will continue the conversation with them and explore other ways or programs that we can collaborate. The Global Green Growth Institute at the moment has only 3 members from the Pacific, and that include Fiji, Kiribati, and Papua New Guinea, who are also members of the PIDF. They've informed us this morning that arrangements are quite advanced in admitting Vanuatu into their membership. GGGI, the Global Green Growth Institute, at the moment has only 23 membership. But it's, as I said earlier, they are only 2 years old, and they are growing their membership, just like the PIDF, which is just over a year old. And we are seeking to formalize arrangement pertaining to our membership and our governance arrangement.
Have they come up with any recommendation for PIDF since they have already global?
Not specific recommendation, because this is the first opportunity for them to hear from us as to the extent of our work program. But as I mentioned earlier, they've undertaken to go back with information that they've received from us and promised us to continue the conversation with that. So we're hoping that once we are able to identify areas where they can assist us for PIDF facilitating their program in the region, then we will enter into more formal arrangement.
In terms of materializing sustainable development goals and targets, what are some of the lessons that PIDF can learn from the institute itself, since they take it at a much bigger level?
Well, I mean, because they are quite young. They've only been around for 2 years. They've just started helping countries develop their green growth frameworks. They've informed us this morning that the former president of Indonesia, who was the chief guest at the PIDF agreement, PIDF annual session in June this year, will be the chairman of their assembly this year in November. And you would recall that when the former president of Indonesia was in Fiji attending the PIDF agreement, they shared with the Pacific what Indonesia has done in terms of their green growth initiatives. And basically green growth is advocating for development that not only focus excessively on economic growth, but balances the impact of that economic growth in terms of the environment, sustainability, and the needs of societies. And central to that approach is the need for inclusivity, multi-stakeholder consultation, which PIDF embraces as a regional organization.